The Delray Beach police chief calls the video disturbing. Well, Michael, this is the parking lot where cell phone video was captured of a man with a gun yelling at another group of men. Well, West Palm Beach police say that man was an off-duty PBSO deputy, and we've learned tonight he's on administrative leave. Excuse me, Mr. Alderman, did you want to comment at all on the charges? School is just a few weeks away, and today the school district confirmed that Principal Sims is under investigation. You said you sent the video around to your colleagues and to start that conversation.
Yes.
What do your use of force policies look like currently? And Jay, the homeowners I spoke with today are used to using this 32-gallon bin picked up twice a week, which can easily fit into this 96-gallon bin, which under the proposed plan would be picked up once a week. And the homeowners told me that's a lot of trash piling up, which could cause some issues. How many of you guys have had a negative interaction with some type of law enforcement official? But he says what's causing concern is that the damage that he's seen, he says he's never seen anything like it before. John and Tanya, it's officially a wrap for Sunfest 2018, but right over here, there's still a little bit of a party going on Datura Street. Now, it was a big show tonight, a big celebration. Mr. 305, I'm talking about Pitbull, he brought it to the 561, and I think everyone enjoyed the show. It's a message that spans decades. Now, civil rights leaders of our past are passing the torch to a new generation.
This monument is the story of the change that we want to come.
87 years old.
But our success depends upon the movement.
Edith Bush won't stop walking towards justice.
Black Lives Matter.
Why are you still so passionate at 80-something years old?
Well, it is because I see the young people out there fighting for the same thing that we fought for over 20 years ago.
In the early spring of 1964, local Negroes began civil rights demonstrations with white and Negro sympathizers from the North participating.
Edith was on the front lines in Florida fighting for racial equality.
Our organization won recognition from the state of Florida for our work in the civil rights movement.
From John Lewis to Al Sharpton or Martin Luther King Jr. III, Edith's West Palm Beach home documents her dedication.
So when people walk in this door, I want them to see what we've been through.
52 years later, a new movement is mirroring the past.
It was just exciting to see them take over where we had stopped and then to keep on going.
At 19 years old,
yeah.
how do you find people react to you?
Some people say I'm too young to know what I'm talking about, but I mean, when you see it, it's on social media. America watched George Floyd die for 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Whitmire Pierre is the co-founder of the Reformers Movement.
We educate people on why it's important to vote and try to build the bridge between police departments and communities.
His group has organized dozens of Black Lives Matter protests throughout South Florida.
We're not saying our lives are superior. We're saying that we should be treated equal.
Police! No peace!
People have been protesting mistreatment of black people and saying in so many words that Black Lives Matter for years.
Executive Director of the Spady Cultural Heritage Museum in Delray Beach, Charlene Farrington, says similar to the murder of Emmett Till in the 50s, the killing of George Floyd reignited the push for racial justice.
The old African saying, an injury to one is an injury to all. I think what's happening is young people are starting to understand that, and so they are leaving the small issues aside and now starting to advocate for the larger issues, which is why our civil rights movements that are going on today are starting now to look like they used to look in the 50s and 60s.
I'm proud.
At the Box Art Gallery in Palm Beach County, Whitmire is happy these pictures paint one difference.
Everybody coming together in unity, black, white, Hispanic, Republican, Democrat. We've had Republicans march with us. So it's like party aside, people first. That's what it's about.
For these activists, Black Lives Matter is a movement that transcends decades.
Love can overcome hate. light can overcome darkness. Yeah. And judge a person not by the color of the skin, but the content of their character. Come on.
Reporting in South Florida, I'm Sabirah Rayford.
Those stories are just a few of what I found when I started taking a closer look at the price of living in paradise. In Palm Beach County, you would have to work 2.5 jobs at minimum wage. That's 108 hours a week at $8.46 an hour to afford a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. Tonight, we kick off a new special series of reports, taking a closer look at who is really hit by the reality of living just one paycheck away from potential crisis. The faces may surprise you.
My family, I have Jacob and Kyla. Jacob's 4 and Kyla's 5.
2 moms.
My husband, Mohammed, and my son, Caleb.
Different backgrounds.
And then we have a boy on the way.
Sharing the impact of a crisis.
When both dads and I separated, it was like, okay, you're on your own. You got the kids, boom.
Now we're having, money problems, and we might have to stay in the car.
Living in guilt on the streets.
And they're like, well, it's raining. I'm like, we have nowhere to go, baby.
Yes, we stayed in the car at the rest stop. I said I was so sorry. I apologized to my son for not being careful enough.
To get them out the park was like my goal, my mission.
The cost?
Everywhere you go, you have to pay something.
They can't afford.
Paycheck to paycheck, and that's how it is now. A lot of families, that's how we do live.
Half of Palm Beach County families cannot afford to live here, according to a recent county-funded report. The median monthly income here, $1,100, while median rent for a 2-bedroom apartment is $1,400. Carmen Fasco knows the stress of not enough money at the end of the month.
I was doing 50 hours a week.
$12 or 50 hours a week, and you were still on the streets?
Yes.
What was your lowest point?
When I was sleeping in the park with Kyla and Jacob.
There are 4,000 homeless kids in the Palm Beach County school system. Kyla and Jacob are 2 of them.
How do you come up out of this? How do you break the cycle?
How's everything coming?
Great.
Matt Constantine is trying to help.
You guys are doing an amazing job.
On this construction site, 14 new apartments are being built.
I can tell you last week our agency received 400 phone calls. It's not physically possible for us to serve all these folks.
Would you call this a crisis?
I would call the housing issue a crisis in Palm Beach County.
Out of the 110 units, how many are available?
They're all occupied or spoken for.
After a 2-month wait, Carmen is happy to be in a temporary shelter.
It's my coffee.
Rachel Moralda got one of 4 spots with the Family Promise Agency. It took 3 months of extreme budgeting and saving to secure this 1-bedroom apartment.
So this was kind of our miracle apartment.
County Commissioner Melissa McKinley has a proposal she hopes will prevent people from living in the parks.
Car payment, car insurance, gas, food, what the kids needed, utility bills, healthcare costs. It's a struggle.
McKinley pushed for 3 years to get funding for the county's first family cottage community. The proposal calls for at least 17 small homes on 2 plots of land in Lake Worth.
People don't need that much. They just need a small, safe place to live.
It's a small step towards a growing crisis, but one these moms believe could save other families.
When you work so hard, you never really think it could get so bad.
Coming from being homeless and seeing people and sleeping next to other homeless people, I realized if no one sits down and talks with them, some are like stuck. They don't really have the mindset or haven't thought of how to get out or know how to get out.
This is just a snapshot of a much bigger picture full of families who would never expect to be one paycheck away. In the coming weeks, we will continue to look at the issue and the solutions in our community. Back to you. In this exclusive video, you see PBSO Deputy Gerald Alderman walking out of the Palm Beach County Jail after posting bond. Excuse me, Mr. Alderman, did you want to comment at all on the charges? He had no response, but Alderman's threatening words in this video taken Saturday morning is what sparked the investigation that led to his arrest.
What do you think happened? What do you think? I've been shook up, I've been traumatized. I mean, it's hard for me to sleep.
This group of men took the video, which now has thousands of views online. The video shows Alderman, who was off duty at the time, holding a gun and yelling profanities at them. He tells them to leave this parking lot on Banyan Boulevard in downtown West Palm Beach.
If I see you downtown again tonight, guess what will happen?
What's going to happen?
Get the out of here now.
When I saw the video, I was disgusted.
Activist and founder of Inner City Innovators, Ricky Aiken, says he's now using this situation as a teaching moment for the young men he mentors in the community.
You know, those young men did everything right. You know, they weren't yelling back. They weren't escalating the situation. Like, this is a guy, it's his job to serve and protect people, yet he was acting more rowdy than any young man I've ever experienced in that situation.
10,000 per count, which is 40,000 plus SOR level 3.
Friday morning, Alderman faced a judge for the first time on several charges, including aggravated assault. A judge ordered a $40,000 bond, no contact order, no weapons, and drug and alcohol testing. These men say they're thankful to be heard.
I'm just happy something has been done.
And the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office says that they have placed Alderman on administrative leave with pay, and following his arrest, they released this statement saying in part that the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office holds its employees to the highest standards and never forgets about its duty to preserve the public's trust. For now, reporting live in West Palm Beach, Sabirah Rayford, WPTV News Channel 5.